if there's anybody new here that has a question, I would like to answer your question first before I go to the distributors. So is there anybody new here that has any questions that I can help you answer so that we can help you get to the level of swiping a credit card right now? And you can go in and unmute yourself. You just have to click that little red microphone. And if not, we'll ask a question to somebody who has a question. You cannot be shy on a Zoom. You cannot. You have to ask questions on a Zoom. No one knows where you live. No one's going to come knock on your door. Tell me what you have a question about.
Jeremy, I want to know, is the product gluten-free? I just received my product and I don't see the GF on it. And I have some potential promoters and customers that are interested and want to know if it's gluten-free.
Absolutely. We need to find that out. I believe Taka is gluten-free. In fact, I know someone asked that already. And they were, what is it that you can't? Yeah, yes, I do know it's gluten-free. That was asked at the conference table because he couldn't eat or drink gluten, and he had a Taka right in front of me. So because,
it doesn't have the GF on it. And
perfect. So what we're going to do is, I'm sure that the company's going to get all their licensing and badging and stamp of approval from each one of those agencies as we go forward.
Right.
So,
okay. Thank you.
Yes, but it is gluten-free. It is gluten-free. All right. Any other questions? All right, we'll open it up to the field. Any field questions you guys have? How to invite, how to follow up, what do I say to people? How am I recruiting people left and right and I don't even know it? No, I'm just joking. Just tell me what you'd like to know and how I can help you build. Because really it is as simple as one on your left and one on your right.
Could you touch base on the Amazon part?
Yeah, so what we're doing is our COO, or our CFO, I should say, our Chief Financial Officer, he came from Amazon. So what John's referring to is when I was looking at this company, I was 95% committed. I was like, I already had the warm and fuzzy from prayer. I already talked to my wife saying, I think it's the right time for us. You know, we're financially ready to do this. You know, we don't need to do this for the money. And so we went and interviewed again with the company for the third time. And when we did, we talked with Christopher Prey's from Amazon. He was the chief controller of Whoop.com, which is a subsidiary. He was one of the higher ups at Amazon. They wanted him to move from Texas to the campus in Seattle. He didn't want to move. So he kind of took his severance package and walked. He became our CFO. And in doing so, he shared some practices with me that really illustrated the point that I was looking for. And he said, you know, in Amazon, we set out to be the best company. And I thought about this and I'm like, wow, that is powerful. They didn't want to be the biggest. How many people say we want to be the first to $1 billion? We want to be $1 billion company. We want to be this. But hardly do you ever hear we want to be the best company. Because that requires commitment. That requires more money. That requires some smaller profit margins, maybe losses, okay? When I heard the chief financial officer say, we want to be the best company and we're going to implement best practices to our customers, and our customers, we're going to be obsessed about them so they never leave. And he goes, and we look at this network marketing idea as the distributors are the customers. So he looked at me and I said, are you kidding me? So you're okay cutting me $1 million a month check? And he goes, oh man, if we get there, that means my systems work and our practices were the best. Yes. And I'm like, wow, this is coming from the guy that's actually going to cut the checks. He's not worried about margins. He's worried about best practices. You guys follow me? So what John was relating to, that is powerful. And that was what kind of put my meter over the edge. And I was still in Texas and I started making phone calls. I recruited 7 people in the next 30 minutes because of that last statement. Because I knew I was at the right place, the right time with the right people and the right products. So thanks, John.
Hey,
All right.
Jeremy.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, sir. Hey, a lot of us don't have the product yet, but I mean, we're steadily recruiting people and just pitching them on the business opportunity. How would you pitch without the product?
Bottom line, yes, good question. I hope you've ordered product and it just hasn't come yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So here's how I recruited my first 20 people without product. Just so you know. And all it was, guys, we're first. You know, if you know where I'm going, you know what I've done, you know what I'm about. So I don't know your story, and I don't even know your name. It says Jay Rowley.
Right.
What's your name?
Jesse.
Jesse. All right, Jesse. So in your circumstances, what I would say is, listen, guys, I don't know where I'm going all the way. I don't know if I'm ever going to be a millionaire. Okay. Maybe you say that. Maybe you are a millionaire. I don't know. Okay. But Jesse, what you want to tell people is this. You say, look, I am 100% in this company. I am 100% going on the trajectory that they're going, and I ain't losing a minute. I ain't losing an hour. I'm not losing sleep. I'm not sleeping because I'm going to go with this company. And anybody that hears you say that is going to know that you're committed. Now, no one's going to want to be committed with somebody who isn't committed.
Right.
You got my drift? And so you want to make sure you translate to them that you're passionate about where the company's going, and being first is where it's at. You know, we only get this chance till October.
Right.
And so
this really isn't for me. This is for the potential promoters on the line. I mean, I am committed.
Well, I know you are. I know. That's a good question. So as you enroll, first of all, your enrollers should have a $500 kit where they can give you a box or two. That's the first thing. Whoever enrolled you should have given you some product. Because if this product is so important, you should have some on your person at all times, right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So just so you know, I run around with these things in my car. I have 2 samples in each one of these envelopes. I've got 10, 15 in each car, in my backpack. Everywhere I go, people are like, well, do you have any samples? Yeah, sure. Hand that to them, and then you satisfy that concern. Swirl it around the mouth. They love it. They love the taste. It's ready to go. Last thing you want to do is put another day in the duplication process because they're waiting for product.
Yep. My 15 boxes will be here tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks. Appreciate you, Jesse. Any other questions?
Jeremy, what do you recommend just for this next steps? Like,
okay,
I want to jump in. I'm excited, ready to go. What do I do now?
Beautiful. Great question. So the next step is the next 21 days. You are like a newborn. All right. So what you want to do, and I'll tell you, when I got involved, I'll share my first 2 weeks of network marketing to you guys and what I did. I vowed I'd never go to a meeting. I vowed I'd never drink the Kool-Aid. I told them I'd never wear a button. I told them I'd never, ever. I was so not coachable. I had an ego this big, but I did know something. I knew timing mattered. And I knew if I put people in this crazy thing, that I'd be at the top of this pyramid and I'd make some money. That's all I knew. In fact, when I did my first phone call, I called my buddy up and I'm like, yo, bro, you've got to do this thing with me. He goes, what are you doing? I'm like, network marketing. He goes, shut up. I've been trying. His family owned a network marketing company. And I said, I'm not joining yours, you're joining mine. And he goes, what's the comp plan? Tell me what the comp plan is. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. He goes, you don't know what the comp plan is and you join? I'm like, yeah. He goes, what's the company's name? I'm like, freak, I forgot. I don't know. What's the product? I said, dude, you're asking all these questions. Come over tonight and find out. I had no idea what the product was. I had no idea what the name of the company was. I'm telling you the truth. I invited 14 people to my house on passion, on commitment, on desire to get them there before everybody else. I had no clue what the name of the product was or what it was going to do for anybody. Okay? I'm not saying everybody's like me. I'm just giving you what I did. Now, those people on this call that don't know what the next steps are, the first thing you do is make a list of everybody you know. And I know you've heard this before and you've done it and maybe in another company and whatever. But you make a list. Now, let me tell you the difference between me and most people. I want you to make a list without prejudging those people. I want you to make every person that you know, put them on that list. Ding, 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 ding. And I want you to write it down. Put it on a paper, put it on your computer, and then print it. I want it in a physical printout, right? And then you take that physical printout, which I've got one of our distributors right now, his list with me, right? But you take that, and then you're going to go through it, and you're going to say, who on this list do I want to go on a cruise with? Who is fun? Who am I going to have the most blessed time with? Put a check mark by their names first. The second check mark is going to be, who on this list has done network marketing before? Give them a check mark. Who on this list is entrepreneurial minded? Give them a check mark. Who on this list has made money before and lost it and knows how to make money again? Put a check mark by them. Who on this list needs this? Put a check mark. Then you go back through the list without prejudging names, right? You're just checking lines. You're going to have a name with 3 or 4 check marks. If you have a name with 4 or more check marks, they become the top of your priority list. And it won't matter if it's your chicken list or not. You give them a call. And let me explain this real quick. When you plant your seeds, this is all you're doing. Plant seeds with everybody on that list. Let them know, hey, I'm in something big. I'd like you to know about it. When do you have 10 minutes? I'm in something big. I'd like you to know about it. When do you have 10 minutes? A company's just starting. It's a startup. We're first. Do you got 10 minutes? Are you busy right now? Question mark. I don't care what you say to people. I'm not giving you scripts. I don't do scripts. I do passion. So you better be ready what your passionate button is about. If you love the taste of taco, you better be talking about taco. If you love the timing and where you sit in this company, you better be talking about timing and system in this company. If you love the idea of being first and going globally in an international market and not just being restricted to the US market, you better be talking about those people in the first invitation. We're going global. Are you in this or not? Let's listen to this and go. Because that's what's going to get people. It's what you're passionate about. It's what you're passionate about. So that's my suggestion. Make that list and then start texting, and then make sure you do it with the help of your upline. Don't do this alone. This is not an alone business. Let's be a team. Let's lock arms and do the invites together, right? It'll be powerful if you do. That way I can hear and say, you know what? Maybe you should say this, Cheryl, next time. All right, I'll share a story. One more story. I'm a firm believer the best teacher in the world taught in parables. And he shared stories to illustrate a point. I try to emulate that person. But anyway, I'm not saying I'm close, but I really like him. So I had a guy, okay, he was one of my employees in my last company, long time ago. And he joined my company, and he was trying to enroll, and he was trying to, and I couldn't understand why he was having 0 success with his invite. Okay, so I said, okay, Mike, I'm coming over to your house. We're going to do invites together. I want to hear what you have to say. And this is before Zoom. Okay, so I do this on Zoom now. I can sit across the table with somebody, and they could be in Arkansas. It doesn't matter anymore. You may say how efficient Zoom is. But Mike's on the phone, and he talks to his boss. I'm like, well, first of all, he did one invite, and it was kind of shaky. It was just really bad. It was shaky. It wasn't stern. He wasn't convicted in his commitment. He was just really, I'm really excited about what I'm doing. Maybe you could look at it, tell me what you think, tell me your opinion, and maybe we can go in business together, right? And he hangs up the phone, left a message like that. I'm like, Mike, you might as well say you're ashamed of what you're doing, you're embarrassed, and you think this is the craziest idea ever, but you want him to come and be embarrassed and crazy and join you. Let's be embarrassed together. You know, no one's going to sign up for that kind of crap, okay? So I said, Mike, you just got to be real. Be passionate. What is bothering you right now? And he goes, I need to make my house payment. I said, okay, that's real. Does that make your gut wrench? He goes, yes. I need to make my house payment. I need to make this happen. I'm like, okay, there's the passion button. All right, let's call your boss. And I'm thinking this guy's going to go, you know what? I'm doing this company because I need to. It's going to break me free from my bondage of debt, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to say that to his boss. No, he calls his boss up and he goes, hey, boss, what's up? How's it going? Blah, blah, blah. I'm joining a network marketing company. I really need you to join so I can make my house payment. I grab the phone from him. I hang it up. I'm like, what the freak did you just say? And he goes, you told me to tell him that. I'm like, no. So it was good for me to be there to coach him through this. I hung up the phone. Now I said, okay, now you're going to call your boss back. You're going to tell him that your mentor hung up the phone with him. And you're going to tell him that your mentor told you to say, I'm very excited about what I've got myself into. I am committed 100% that this is going to revolutionize my life. It's going to take me from being in debt to debt-free. And I'm telling you right now about it because I want you to know about it too. So when he called his boss back and told him that, his boss said, put your mentor on the phone. So Mike handed me the phone. The guy said, I want to know who's coaching one of my employees, right? One of my buddies. And he says, I'm in because of what you said. Let's do this together. So you guys understand it's true, it's real, it's passion, and that's all you need. Remember, work ethic, passion, and humility. Be coachable, take it to the masses, and recognize everybody's a no. I hate the thing that people say go for no's. I don't believe that no's exist really. Everybody's a no for now. Some people might be in that little window where they're desperate and they need something immediately. And if you find that person at the right time, there's nothing you're going to say to get them out of Globallee. And there's nothing you can say to stop them from doing Globallee $2 million. But the rest of the people are in somewhere in between. And you just got to remember, you're planting that seed, planting that seed, planting that seed. And whenever you want to harvest it is when you follow up and follow up and follow up. And please, 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 don't follow up with Globallee. Follow up with friendship. Got it? You tell someone about Globallee and they want nothing to do with it, they'll get back to you, great. Did you watch the video? You know they haven't watched the video. Whatever you have, they haven't done anything. It's not the right time for them. But in 2 weeks later, you better call them again saying, hey, just following up with you. I'm not talking about Globallee. I want to do lunch. Make sure you establish your relationship again after you promote any type of level of interest to Globallee. They'll come back around. They'll break down that barrier and the wall will come down. And eventually, when it's the right time for them, they'll come to you and say, how are you doing? And you better have the right story for them. You better be able to tell them, I haven't stopped, I haven't quit, I've busted my butt, I'm at 20 grand a month. Are you in or you out? Because if they are about to lose their job and they want to put their family's life in your hands, you better have a good story for them, a success story. The last thing they're going to do is put their life and their kids in your hand when you tell them, oh, well, I kind of got involved, but I didn't do this. I didn't buy the $500 kit. Then I lost my $300. I kind of just disenchanted a little bit. I didn't really work hard. Why? You want to do this with me? I was ready to go now. They're not going to sign up with you. Okay? And you've just lost a runner. But you've got to run with the runners right now. So I'm sorry that kind of went long. But what do you do with the first brand new people? Help them make a list. Help them do their invites. Do one on your left, one on your right. Help them fill that matrix up in 21 days. Please, get your money back, people. That's all I'm asking. And when you master that, believe it or not, that's the whole business. You just duplicate that 1,000 times. One on your left, one on your right, help them do the same. One on your left, one on your right, help them do the same. That's all you have to master. You guys will be monsters at this. I'm so proud to know that you guys are on this right now. The timing, I wish I had a crystal ball to just share with you the joys that you're going to feel when not you, but when you see people and you're in a basement with someone who needs to make $800. That's all they need. And you get to log into the back office with them and show them their first $800 check. You see their life change. That's what this is about. Then your life changes. Then their kid's life changes. Then they get a belief in themselves. And all of a sudden they get a full breath of lungs for the first time in 8 months. Okay? That's what this is about. And if you resonate with what I'm talking about right now, then you're in the right spot. Don't waste any more time. We don't know who on your list is going to be that next person. Go find them. You can't waste any time. Give them the same opportunity of timing that you have. Okay? It's so important. All right. Let's go help some people. Let's get involved and let's go make the list and please report to me. Please reach out to me. I'll be there for you. I mean, I'll tell you right now, Jacqueline, the last 48 hours, I think I've done more calls with Jacqueline than anybody else. And I don't mind. I'm just letting you know she's the one reaching out to me. I've done more for her group just because she's doing it over and over and over. So just to let you know, I'm here for you when you need me, okay? And we'll do this again. Look for the we're going to do a Saturday snippet. And what I do on Saturdays, or what I'm going to try to get other people to start presenting, by the way, is a 15-minute training principle. That's it. Just in 15 minutes, we're going to do a simple training snippet every Saturday. Monday, motivation. Tuesdays, Thursdays, opportunity. And guys, just so you know, I understand that these opportunity meetings are a little redundant, okay? That's okay. They're supposed to be. My story's never going to change. I'm still the same person yesterday I was Thursday, okay? What they are for is so you guys can see how a presentation's done, how we can all give each other a little feedback, like Jacqueline and Felicia's presentations are going to be a little bit different. but we're all going to cover the same topics, and it's going to be, you know, sprinkled with a little Fahey, right? And it's going to be sprinkled with a little Creed Fuller, and it's going to be, we're going to listen to Creed do a presentation. We're like, oh, I never thought of it that way because he has a different perspective than I do. That's what this is about. Got it? So get prepared. You guys are going to have to start doing these too. The person that presents wins. And that's why I created that little tear-off sheet. That's what that's for, guys. We want so when you have a presentation or a guest coming on, my suggestion to you is send that tear-off sheet to that guest before the meeting and say, I want you to print this off and follow along and take notes on a piece of paper. That's so powerful because the next time they share with anybody, they can take that tear-off sheet with them and they can go to that coffee shop and say, I don't know much about this crazy thing, but I'm in, and here's why. Click, 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 and they can just read it off to them. Okay?
Jeremy?
Yes, ma'am.
It's Felicia. So just before Jacqueline, somebody had came on and they were asking about the fact that they didn't have product yet and kind of like where to go with that. We don't have product in Canada at all yet. And I've launched probably 2 other companies where I've had no product. And one of the things that, not that it's a ploy, but one of the things that's really working for me is the belief in my leadership. And, you know, you guys are all on here and you're all listening to Jeremy, and that might be enough to give you something, is because you don't always join companies because of product. You hope that they're good, but a lot of us have jumped into this without trying it. You know, listening to Ray say, yeah, it's good, it tastes like tropical something, whatever. I didn't even listen when he was talking about it. The reason that I joined was because of my belief in Ray. And my belief that if it's good enough for Ray, and if Ray thinks that this is it, then this is it. And sometimes that's enough, is that sometimes you just have to have blind faith. And when you're talking to other people, if you're really projecting the fact that you have that much faith in the people that you've joined with, that's what you need to be telling people, is that, you know, all of those things that you're talking about being the first in the company and now's the time, but also the fact that you would never have done this if it wasn't for everybody else's belief above you. So
Absolutely.
Just another little tidbit for you guys.
Absolutely. And like we explained, those 5 components, product is 120, with 20% of the decision. Okay? I agree with you 100%. I wouldn't have joined this. I wouldn't even have entertained a conversation with Mark if it wasn't for the trust I had in Nick. Bottom line. Bottom line. So go, what does that teach you on your list? Get to the people that trust you first. You know? So thank you so much for that. High five. Transfer of energy. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? Kurt, you're in, right? You're going to do this. I know you are. Kurt is blowing it up already. But anyway, I'm just, gosh, I didn't even know half of you, 90% of you before we started Globallee. And I feel like I've known you all my life. And it's probably because you know my story, but I don't know yours. That's the way it works. So I can't wait till I get to know each one of you face-to-face intimately on cruise ships and on incentive trips and on events. Speaking of events, we have an event coming up in Texas on the 22nd, 23rd, as well as Phoenix on the 22nd, 23rd. The Phoenix location is still not confirmed. There might be a different hotel we'll go through, but they're calling it a Super Saturday, and it'll probably be the last month we ever call this a Super Saturday. These are leadership summits, and I'm going to explain our first rank in the company, our leadership ranks, from team builder to senior team leader. The next series of ranks are emerald ranks, and then the last series of our higher up diamond ranks, okay? And so we have 3 segment of ranks basically in our comp plan, and we're going to have 3 segment of trainings. This is called an overview, right? But our monthly meetings in markets that are bigger than 50 people are going to be called leadership summits. And our quarterly market events, the one that's happening in May, are going to be called Emerald events. Okay, the Emerald Expo. You guys aren't going to want to miss that. How cool is it going to be to go to our expo and see every raw material supplier, lab coats, test it? We're going to have something more experienced in product than you've ever seen before. We're from a product CEO. I'm so excited what he's preparing for you guys. And then know that in October, it will be the Diamond Extravaganza. We haven't come up with a name yet. But welcome to the world of Globallee, guys. I appreciate you coming on tonight. Please, please, please get with the person that brought you here. Be part of this fun. If you're not having fun, we're not doing it right. So 9 a.m. Is the time Pacific. It would be 8, 9 Mountain, 10 Central, and 11 Eastern on Saturday morning for 15 minutes. Saturday snippets. I know everybody does football, basketball, soccer with their kids, whatever. If you miss it, it's okay. It's recorded and it'll always be posted. But it's always nice to have people there at the moment. Yes, Jacqueline.
Jeremy, can you repeat the times one more time, please?
Yes, 9 p.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. I'm sorry, not p.m., a.m. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 Central, 11 Eastern. Got it?
One more time.
8 a.m. Pacific. So Seattle, 8 a.m. 9 a.m. Mountain, and so forth.
Got it. Okay. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Saturday, and hopefully we'll see you in the markets. And we'll be up in Canada soon enough.